macaroni and cheese.
Okay. We are live, and it is working.
Excellent. Cheers, and welcome to With Disadvantage, another campaign, another Dungeons & Dragons campaign starting out here. This one is called Celestial Crisis, and I will be your host and DM. I am PJ. You might know me if you've bothered to tune into any of our other campaigns. And I'm going to just warn all viewers that this is my first turn as DM. And so I'm sure the road will be rocky in places, but we'll get through it. That said, I'd like to go ahead and introduce the players, the participants. First, starting with who you're probably used to seeing as DM, Chev.
Hello. I'm playing Stamets.
Yeah, and yep, he'll be playing the Verdan Stamets, and also Dakota.
Hi, I'm Michael. I am playing, I'm Dakota, but I play Michael, a fallen angel paladin.
Yep. This is Michael. He'll be playing Dakota. And... No, just kidding.
Backwards.
I couldn't help myself. And so, Celestial Crisis. This is going to be... by way of preview, this is going to be a world dominated by deities. And there are not these obscure heavenly beings that are never seen or heard from. They this would be something more akin to maybe what you're used to seeing out of Greek myths and legends, where the gods are actually very real and definitely interact with mortals, interact with each other, and pursue their own goals with or without regard to who may or may not be hurt by their pursuit. With that said, let's go ahead and begin. So if everybody wants to go ahead and turn into Celestial Crisis campaign on Roll20, we begin in a small goblin cave in the middle of a scorching hot desert. Imagine something akin to the Sahara, bordered on all sides by jungle. This den has been the home of a number of Verdan for several months. However, none of these Verdan can remember what really occurred prior to their awareness beginning a few months back. So let's go ahead and start with our first character, Stamets, whose marker doesn't appear to be on the page here. Is that my fault, and is that something that I need to correct?
There we go.
Let's see.
I should have made a better token, but I put him there. Can you see him? I pulled him out of my journal.
That fix it?
Can you not see him?
I do not see him. There we go. Now there's two of them. Let's get rid of one of them.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this one.
I hit delete and all the tribal members were deleted, but Stamets still remains. Oops. Can I Control Z that shit?
I don't know.
It doesn't look like it.
Is there an undo button?
Yeah, I really wish there was. Damn it. Okay, well, while I'm dragging some characters around, it is just another lovely morning within the cave. Stamets wakes up surrounded by his tribal members and his other Verdan tribe members, and is wondering what to do with the day.
Well, we've been down here a while. Have we found a way to the surface yet? Like, do we just even not know a way to the surface?
The entrances are actually fairly easy to spot. There's this, the map is pretty accurate to, you've got your central living area here, kind of where everything happens. a little staircase or a few offshoots to this room or that room, and then a main tunnel that just leads all the way to the outdoors.
Is that the main tunnel that leads outdoors? Is that this one here?
It'd be the other one, the other direction.
This one? Or this one?
Yep.
Down?
South.
South. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
let's go ahead.
Stamets wakes up, looks around, makes sure his group that he's familiar with is still around him, and he says, "All right, everyone, it's time to get up. Let's make the most of our day. We have a lot to figure out. We have no idea what's going on, and I need all of your help to resolve the new mysteries of the new day." And can you delete this one?
One of the goblins named... Yes, I've tried a couple times. Let's try that one more time.
Are you on the right layer?
Delete.
There we go.
I think so. There. Just got it.
Okay.
One of them named Squatch pipes up and says, "Well, I don't know. We're safe in here, but I don't know about out there."
Well, we can't stay in here forever. We have to figure out what's going on. Why are we here? Who were we? We clearly had
worth of supplies.
We clearly had lives before the anomaly.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, you've been... I don't know. What do you think, Flint? Another Verdon by the name of Flint says, "Oh, I'm kind of bored down here, and I think we can venture out. I mean,
that's a great voice.
I think we'll survive. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let's go."
Very well, Flint. Yes, lead the way. I will follow. I have some tinkering to do. I'll take up the rear, and I think I've come up with something new that might help us out.
All right, so the others kind of get a sense that the majority decision is to leave the cave. So, if there's not really desire to look around, I mean, you guys would have been very familiar with the place.
Yeah.
Been there for months, so
the cave seems like we've been just sitting here making sure that we can make ends meet and everything. But now Stamets is wildly curious about what exists outside this shitty little cave.
All right, so can I go here, copy, and then paste in the next thing, the next page, without losing any of these characters? Let's see what happens. Paste. Nope. All I ended up with was one little guy. So next time I prepare, I'll have to make sure to kind of preset all of my characters.
You should be able to select them all in Control-C, Control-V.
Oh, never mind. It was a bit of a delay. Now I've got a freaking legion out in front of the area. So
I only see one dude and my character.
I only see one too.
Okay, well, we'll roll with that. A little bit of the theater of the mind's gonna have
to
gonna be necessary.
I have like 4 tokens now.
Yeah, like I said, a freaking legion of guys just sort of popped out. So let's see. I'll delete these. If I do this, and then this, that should get us back to where we were, plus maybe a couple of extra tribal members.
That light is so bright. What do I remember? Obviously I can speak and stuff, and I'm somewhat adept at figuring out how certain things work, and I can function socially. So, like, what do I know?
So what you know is you woke up in the bottom of the cave. Mm-hmm. You had all your tribal members around you. Somehow you remembered all their names. So you know that you know each other and that you've been around each other.
So I remembered my
own
name
also
too.
had... you all kind of just chose each other, chose your names.
Oh.
Like, whenever you went to speak, you sort of knew your name just right off the bat. There was no real memory jog there.
Okay.
Like you knew you were Stamets, but you didn't know anything about Stamets. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if somebody were to ask, "What's your name?" You'd say Stamets. You wouldn't have to think about it.
Okay.
And if somebody asked, "What is what's this guy's name?" Oh, he's Flint. But if somebody asked you, "Where did Flint grow up?" You'd have no idea. How do you know Flint? I don't know, but I know that I like him.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Like you don't remember details, but you have these vague, like that red is red and blue is blue. You also know that, like there are certain like if you were to try to pull apart a music box, for example. I mean, your character is very adept with things like that. You wouldn't know that you could do it, but when you started to, everything would come naturally, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, I know this stuff." Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, there's a large amount of intuition left over, but actual knowledge is slim.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, it does. All right. So
Okay.
what do we see when we come out of this temple? I guess.
So you step out and you see nothing but blistering sands in all directions but the west. In the west, you see a faint line of trees about 2 miles away.
How far have we explored this area? Have we explored outside at all, really?
A little bit, but nobody's really dared to take much of a plunge, especially in any direction except for the west. Because, I mean, in any direction except for the west, the sands. I mean, it could be sands for 5 miles. It could be sands for.
But we can see a tree line to the west.
There's just no way your character or your tribal members have no way of knowing. Yeah, you guys can see a tree line.
Okay, so have we made it to that tree line before?
And
to
they're
the west?
big. No,
Okay.
it's always been kind of intimidating. The tribal members have discussed leaving the cave, but
All right.
watch has always kind of been, well, we don't know what's out there. We could end up as something's dinner.
All right. Well, we've been here long enough. Today's the day. We're going to make that tree line, and we're going to explore. And if we have to spend the night, then we are going to do it. Do we all have everything we can carry? I want to make sure we have supplies in case we need to spend the night. I assume I have what's in my equipment
Flint just
tab.
said, yeah, there's not a whole lot left. Kind of just consumed everything.
Yeah, well, that's why we can't stay here much longer. So, Flint, you lead the way, and I will. I'll reside in the middle. I still have some tinkering to do. I think I can do it along the way. I will let you know if we need to stop for anything, but I want to make that tree line by nightfall.
All right. Let's go. Brent, Sconce, take up the back. And Stamets, be careful with your tinkering. You're not working on anything explosive right now, are you?
I don't think so. It's. I don't really remember. It's like I know what I'm doing, but I don't really remember. It just makes sense to me. But you might want to keep your distance, perhaps a safe social distance from me, just in case.
Yeah, you said you knew what you were doing with that powder 3 weeks ago.
We'll not talk about that.
So everybody starts moving out west, and we are going to go ahead and try to do this more smoothly this time. Transitioning. Okay, and so here, I'm just going to give everybody a quick view of where you are and where you are going. So here's what Phazania looks like, or Phazania. And if we zoom in...
Are we supposed to see something? I just see the temple still.
Oh. Okay, I've definitely moved the ribbon, so I'd imagine that you'll be seeing what I'm seeing pretty soon.
Oh, okay. Now I see it.
Okay, so that little red X is where the cave was. the tree line to the southwest
So am I
is right
supposed
there.
as my
And
little
that's the
group, are we
direction that
supposed
we're
to
headed.
know what this map looks like?
So, and that's just real. I guess not. I keep forgetting that your knowledge is what it is, but it gives you at least an idea of what your group sees. In terms of, I mean, if I were to zoom way the hell up, you see desert on 3 sides and then tree line on the other. But I guess you kind of got that when I explained it. So moving forward.
Is this map a traditional compass? Like, is north up?
Yeah, north is up.
So the little red X is already next to a tree line. So west is... I'm trying to associate where we are in relation to that other map.
Oh, crap. And I'm moving the cursor all over because I was about to transition. Yeah, southwest would be to the trees.
Southwest. Okay, so... Okay. So this is like way zoomed out because it looks like we're right next to the trees. But you're saying
yes,
it's gonna
way
be a while.
zoomed out.
Okay, got it.
And when I said 2 miles to the trees, so not a huge distance,
okay.
but when you're walking over Sahara Desert sand, Sahara temperatures, 2 miles is a long ass way.
All right, so I'm going to assume up until this point we've survived off of supplies inside the cave, based on because apparently I'm assuming before the anomaly or whatever we were already making a living there, so it was already somewhat habitable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and yeah, I was gonna say more, but I have to remember to draw a line between what I know and what I disclose.
You'll get used to it. It just takes time.
Okay, so now, so after what seemed like a really long time. Okay, so I just hit the paste button. I'm going to be... Oh, it went pretty fast this time. That was awesome. Except for your token didn't make it on. So give me a moment. I'll put your token on. I half expect that he's going to... Oops. Still got that bar.
I just removed the numbers from the token. So when I edit the token, it just edits it on that sheet. So here I'll edit it. Now if you select the token and open my journal entry and go to edit, you'll get that place where it lets you can delete the existing token, and then you can click use selected token again, and it will save the current token to my sheet.
Gotcha. Let's see. So delete item. Yeah, delete character.
Oh, you just deleted the whole character sheet.
Oh, damn it. That is not... That doesn't please me very much.
It's fine.
Oh, well. That is something I will have to fix later. At least I have your at least I have your D&D Beyond sheets. So yeah, you pop up in this in this little area, and
so am I? But I kind of just assumed that I'm their leader or something. Is that the case?
It's more like just a group, okay. But because you've been so capable, a lot of the I'm looked up to as more of a leadership role.
You now have to move me, by the way. If I move anywhere, I can't control
and so
anymore.
The sands start giving way into trees. You start walking into walking through these humongous trunks, and as you find your way behind these trunks, you start seeing little jungle clearings. And some of these jungle clearings contain structures. The Radahn among you are just blown away by what they're seeing. After spending close to 3 months in a cave.
We've been scraping by in that dry cave, and Oh, this was here the whole time. We should be able to survive here, no problem.
Well, you say that until a big creature tries to gobble you up.
I don't
We
see.
need to burrow.
I don't see
Shove,
any.
the map is frozen for the live streamers.
Oh, really?
It just says your stream is still running. We've just paused this preview to save your
that's
resources.
Irritating. All right. I'm not sure because every time I lose focus, it's gonna do that then.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what's going on?
what we're gonna have to hold on. What we're gonna have to do
Just
is
live stream issues.
I'm gonna have to stream the whole display instead of Discord only. There. And I can.
Nope, still an issue.
No, it's still an issue in Discord. It's not for the live stream anymore. So we're gonna kill the stream share in Discord. Okay, we're good now.
All right.
Oh, I
And-
forget there's a delay in. Never mind. It's fixed.
I'm thinking
I was
about
like,
it.
"Oh, it's still not working." It's like a 30-second delay.
Yeah. We're good, Peach.
So, gosh, I was in the middle of saying something. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Oh, do you think it's safe out here when the big creature's gonna come and gobble us up? What do? We need to find shelter.
Well, it seems we might have found shelter as long as someone isn't already inhabiting it. Let's explore this structure. Is there an entrance?
So, yes. So if you go ahead and is anybody trying to be stealthy?
Yeah, I would think that we were so I'm gonna lead the way at this point. I'm gonna step beside everyone. And by the way, if you don't want me to see what you're doing, you need to turn Fog of War on, because I totally see the token you're putting in there.
Gotcha.
So go to the page drawer and hit the little settings for the page, and then go to the lighting tab and hit the checkbox for Fog of War.
There we go.
Now I just see black because you need to reveal what I can see. Go to the little cloud tool on the left toolbar, and you should be able to reveal areas. There you go. Perfect.
There we go. That should do it. Oh! I'm leaning on this one arm too much and it's getting sore. Lean away from it.
I think the entrance is just ahead. I'm going to head
So-
inside and investigate. You, Flint, and what's his name? Squanch?
Yeah, so there's Flint, there's Brent, there's Squatch, there's Misk, and there's Sconce.
Flint, Brent, Squatch.
Yeah, so 6 of them. Squatch, Misk, Flint, Sheen, Brent, Sconce.
Sconce. Okay. I got them written down now. All right. Brent,
And
bring everyone
other than
behind me.
Squatch and Flint, they're not very talkative.
That's fine. All right.
Yes,
Stay close
Yes.
to me, but be quiet.
I think.
I think we have a massive delay on the audio.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I don't think you're hearing me until like 10 seconds after I speak. Stealth check.
Yep.
That is an 11.
Okay. Oh, darn it. Disregard the second one. Did you see both of those? Did it work?
Yeah, I see them. I don't know what they're for, but I see them.
It was just a roll against your stealth check. But I would. Oh gosh. How do I make him disappear?
Just click him.
Oh, cool. So you don't even take 3 steps, and you hear this voice. Who goes there?
It's my name is Stamens. I'm sorry. It's not my intention to intrude.
Not your intention to intrude.
Well,
Why do
I
you
did want to
approach
come
my
inside.
temple? Why are you here?
Well, you see, my group and I, we've been fending for ourselves out in the middle of the desert. We seem to have forgotten who we are. We've been here for a few months, thriving, but we've run out of supplies, and so we've had to venture out into the wilderness to see what else is out here. And you're the first person we've encountered, honestly. You're quite interesting.
Michael!
I would love to...
Michael, come here. And next to the guy you're speaking to, pops a. You know what, Michael? You describe the way you look. Dakota?
Is she still here?
I'm here. Sorry, I forgot that I muted it on Discord instead of my headset.
It's okay.
Describe what I look like.
Yeah, you just popped up next to him. Now's a great time for you to describe to Stamens as well as the viewers, well, listeners, what you describe your appearance.
Okay. So I am I'm pretty tall for, normally what you would see a fallen angel as. I have a purple hue to my skin color. I can't remember what I decided my hair color was, but that's fine. I am also like decked out in armor. I'm holding a battle axe. I look very intimidating as a purple person.
Do you have big wings like your avatar?
Yes, but they're not gold like my avatar. They're big, grayish wings. So you see like a gray hue to my wings instead of white or what they look like in my avatar. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so as soon as you appear, Stamens is going to look like up at you. I assume because I'm a lot shorter than her, right?
How tall are you?
That's a good question. I forget. Hold on. I have it in my notes. I am 3'8".
Oh yeah, I'm like twice your height.
Okay, so he's gonna look up at you. He's just his mouth's gonna fall up and say, "You're brilliant. I love the way you look." Michael, is it?
Thank you, little man. Yes, my name is Michael.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Squatch is behind Stammet, just quivering in fear. What is it?
Squatch, relax.
I will not hurt you, little man.
I never imagined such beautiful creatures existed. We've only seen ourselves, really.
How long have you been here?
3 months? Does months make sense to you?
That's quite a short time.
Well, I imagine we had lives before we forgot them. We found ourselves in the middle of a cavern that looked inhabited, and we sort of intuitively knew our way around. But that's all I know. None of us remember anything else.
You don't remember how you got here?
Unfortunately,
or your families?
Well met, Mr. Stamets. Michael, why don't you tell him that we've seen 3 other groups of confused goblins who apparently have amnesia roaming through these areas.
Amnesia.
We in
Something
fact have.
very strange is taking place up in the desert. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, Mr. Stamets, but traditionally, the desert's home to goblins and kobolds and all sorts of burrowing races. We never really see them roaming through the jungles.
I've never seen a
By the
goblin
way,
or a
and I
kobold.
apologize. My name is Jalik.
Oh, nice to meet you,
I'm one of the
Jack.
gods down here in the forest. I'm one of the lesser knowns, but I'm the son of Sylvanas.
Well, as I said earlier, my name is Stamens, and I and my comrades here call ourselves Verdan. We're not sure what to call ourselves, but it seems you think we're some kind of goblin, is it?
You know what? I don't want to cause you any further confusion. Verdan's fine. But do you have any recollection of events that have passed or events that are soon to pass?
Someone is hitting something on the desk, and it keeps going.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Sorry, what?
I jiggle my legs sometimes.
What did you
PJ's
ask?
anxiety.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any recollection of what is supposed to pass within the next 7 days?
I no. Is something about to happen? Is this what is this place?
And Jalik just turns to Michael, shakes his head, and
They really
then
know
turns
nothing.
back to Stamets. I don't understand it.
Someone has to be orchestrating this. This is not a coincidence.
You mind cluing
Do you
me
have
in?
any?
Well,
I'm
like-
afraid we're as puzzled as you are.
Well,
Yeah, like
seem
you
to know
mentioned
more than
before,
I do.
All we know is that you're the third group that we've come across who are men who look like you who have completely lost all memory of themselves.
Well, all I can say is it seems in our former lives we were perhaps less sophisticated. Everything from our tools to our living areas and everything are quite crude. I've made some improvements since then, but I don't know what anything of our lives before what we call the anomaly.
Are you sure that that's where you lived, though?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure of anything before the anomaly. Just educated guesses.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Stamets, just as a preliminary matter, you and your companions may enter. You have nothing to fear within these walls.
I appreciate it, Jalik. We've been walking for hours. The sands are not kind, and we are running very low on water and supplies.
There's a natural spring that feeds this temple, and it is just on this parapet here. We've got it piped here for you, so you are free to take whatever water that you can carry. And I would like to bring you to and introduce you to my brother, Dalin.
Your brother?
He's more powerful than I am, but he will want to meet you and know who you are.
Very well.
So,
I will
please,
meet this
come on up.
brother.
And so, with that, Jalik, and just kind of, whoops, there we go. Just one Jalik.
You have to move.
Walks
me
over
too.
to a
I
shrine,
don't have
sits
control
down on
over my
his,
token anymore.
Oh,
When you delete
how do
it,
I give it back to you?
you have to recreate my sheet.
Yeah, it was done through the character sheet that you deleted.
You nuked my sheet, so I can't touch him anymore.
Oh, crap. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Struggles.
Yeah, I'm learning.
You can just move him for
Okay.
me for now if you want.
Okay, so the water fountain is just off to the right here. Let's see here. So there you go.
So Stamens is going to take a big gulp of water as soon as he sees it, because he and all of his buddies are parched big time.
Do any of you need any sort of healing? Are you guys all okay? Just hungry?
Healing?
Yeah, are any of you injured or feeling unwell? Other than the hunger and...
Just hungry and thirsty, ma'am.
Okay.
And Squatch gives a big elbow to Brent. See, I told you these guys are okay.
Squatch.
Squatch, weren't you just terrified of me?
Oh no, I knew from the moment that I laid eyes on you that you're a part angel anyway. You looked very kind, very...
Please
Squatch,
Please
we
don't
all
mind
saw
him.
you.
He doesn't know
Shut up.
anything
You are
more
a
than I
strange
know.
little man. Strange little man.
It seems only some of us.
And Squatch just sort of has this embarrassed look on his face.
It's okay, Squanch. I still won't hurt you.
But I
Well,
might.
I'd like to see you try a whippersnapper.
Squanch like 80 years old.
Is he old? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an older goblin.
Okay.
Or an older
Oh, okay.
Verdon.
That makes sense.
Old, prejudiced, delightful in conversation.
Love it. Sounds like PJ. Just kidding.
Please don't mind him. We keep him around because we're not sure what else to do with him.
He's fine.
Maybe we just keep him around in case we ever got that hungry.
Very true. Friend.
Ouch! And
Your
And then
voice
Jalen,
for him
pipes
reminds
back
you
in.
of that dude from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the old man who like gets out of the stockade.
oh, yeah.
I'm free, and then he falls in like a pit.
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely.
For a moment, I thought you were going to talk about the old statue. Go away, you buzzards!
Whatever that. Stop that bouncing.
Oh yeah. Gosh, if I had $1 every time I said that to my oldest son. Anyway, Jalen's like, "Hey, has everybody had time to refresh themselves?"
Oh my gosh, PJ, that noise.
What noise?
It's still doing
It's
it. It's like you're playing with a doorstop, like one of those springy ones.
Or like a
stopped.
ball. If you're like,
yeah, or a ball or something.
a bouncy
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, I stopped.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, let me know if the noise persists, but it shouldn't be coming through anymore.
Okay.
I need an actual desk. I mean, this is all on the top of a freezer, a chest freezer. So there's no
geez.
comfortable way to have my legs. But things are going to improve. So, yeah, Jalen comes on over. Is everybody refreshed?
Much, thank you. Stamets wipes water off his face. He's just kind of like, he's like trying to be all sophisticated, but he just dunked his face in the water and just drank as much as he could.
No need to stand on ceremony. I am a god of the woods.
A god of the woods.
He means he's a god of nothing. Don't mind him.
You are so lucky. I'm going to need your help so much in the next 7 days.
You know I'm kidding.
I'm not
And I
quite
just
sure
elbow Jalik.
what does a god do?
Yeah, Jalik, what do you do?
Whatever the hell we want. No, most of us are assigned with specific tasks, specific domains, and some of these tasks are associated with certain powers. And when a god produces offspring, these powers are diluted. The more offspring a god produces, the more diluted the power becomes until offspring retain immortality but not much else. I'm afraid that I fall into that category. But I'm taking you to meet my brother. He is second born, still retains a lot of our father's powers, Sylvanus. And my brother is the god of decay and rebirth. So, if you're ready, we will be going to his temple.
Oh, very well then. I will meet this brother.
Are
Alright.
we sure that they're okay to start walking? I mean, they did mention they've been walking for hours. I just want to make sure.
We're
Said they were okay.
we're a bit
they were.
tired, but mostly we were just thirsty.
If any of you collapse in front of him, just say you're kneeling. He'll be delighted.
Squanch, are you able to travel with us, or do you need to rest?
Well, how does this decay work?
I think
Squatch.
I think we would.
Nothing to
Is
fear.
there a place that Squanch can rest? I think the rest of us are okay, but he's old and feeble, and he's probably is going to pass out at some point.
My first thought was 6 feet under, but yes, if he would like to remain behind, he is free to do so.
Squanch, why don't you stay here near the water and just get some rest?
I will not be patronized, especially from the likes of you. I am perfectly capable of keeping up with the rest of you, and I shall be accompanying you. I shall see where this goes, just because I have some misgivings about a god who is in charge of decaying things.
Just
does not
be
mean
respectful. We've just met these people. Why do you have misgivings? We don't need you to come along if you're going to express your misgivings.
Mr. Dalek.
I'm grabbing a backpack to sling around me in case he does pass out. I can throw him in my backpack.
Yes, Mr. Squanch, I'm afraid my brother takes things a little bit more seriously than I do, and while I find you entertaining, he might find you offensive. I would advise you to mind your tongue in front of him, or you may very well find out firsthand what his decaying powers can do. Yes.
Okay.
And with that, Jalek starts walking in a direction. Does everybody follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Stamets will lead the way at this point. Of his little group. I mean.
Alright. Going to... Oops! Wrong button. Oops! That was- Just deleted everything. All I have is a bunch of white pages. We're going to be doing theater of the mind for everything else.
Oh, shit.
Great.
No, just joking. I just clicked a map ahead without copying him.
I was going to say,
everything
that's
to paste.
pretty impressive, considering you have to go through each map and delete them one by one.
He's like clicking through, deleting. Like, oh, where is this map?
I thought the trash can changed pages.
No.
Oh, that's awesome. So, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and.
Oh my god, that sound is happening again.
I know. I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need a little bit of
He needs a
patience with that. Again, like
fidgeter.
I'm sitting on a. in front of a flat surface, so my legs just kind of get kicked in front of it. Let's see.
What is
just
it?
a
It
few-
sounds like a rubber, like one of those things you hit someone's knee with at the doctor's office, and you're just like hitting it on the table.
So he's on an ice chest. It must be like the lid moving or something that's moving like his mic,
I don't know.
or like hitting his
I'm
mic
not sure.
on the
Just
table.
every time I bump it with my leg, which is almost impossible to avoid.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
You don't hear the noise on
So-
your end?
No, I don't. I don't hear anything, which makes me think that I'm causing it.
That's so weird.
It's something bouncing your mic or something like that.
Yeah, it's something's bouncing. It's like.
Okay. And I don't mind that you guys see that. So, and I didn't exactly describe what Jalen looks like. He looks very much like an elf, except for his.
Is it Jalen or Jaylick?
Yeah.
Jaylick? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to do more
No
than one
worries.
thing at once here, and my concentration is suffering.
No, no
Um,
worries.
Take a deep breath. You're good.
But
We're not.
yeah,
there's no
I'm
pressure.
actually enjoying myself.
Okay.
Good.
But he's dressed in buckskins. He's got a bow and a quiver on his back. He looks very much like an elf, except for his skin is a little bit sagey in color, and he has what you'd imagine to be Celtic animal tattoos in different areas of his body.
Ooh,
And
he's
so,
a Celtic god.
yeah, something like that. So he leads you into one of the most tranquil areas you could imagine. The map is a pretty good representation of it. Imagine that the water is as beautiful as the surface of what's it, Meteor Lake? What's that place in Oregon? I've actually been there, but I can't remember what it's called. Crystal Lake? You know, the one that's like 600 feet deep?
Crystal Lake.
Yep. And it's only like 150 feet in diameter. And all the plants that surround it are as healthy and vibrant and beautiful as examples of their respective species. All of the branches hang heavy with fruit. And as you step in, there's just a light mist rising from the water, and it smells spectacular. I mean, every fresh woods scent you could imagine. The temperature, where it was hot in other parts of the jungle and kind of humid, kind of sticky, it's almost like climate control here. Like, it's perfectly comfortable. I mean, you really just, it's one of those areas you walk in and the tranquility just would set a natural person at ease. Across the mirrored pond, you see a figure that looks similar to Jaylick, but a little bit more wild. Sitting, meditating, sitting cross-legged on the ground. He looks a little bit more wild than Jaylick. His hair's tattered. He's just got buckskin trousers, no shirt, and kind of looks. He's got a bunch of tattoos and everything like that. And then on either side of him are two druids that another player, Rainbow, is going to have to describe eventually. But this is a setting that you guys walk into, and Jaylick cries across the water. Dalen! Hey! The figure across the water looks up. His eyes, and when he opens his eyes, there's not really pupils or anything like that, but just a green light shining from them. Jaylick, how many times have I told you not to interrupt? I'm meditating. Can you wait? No. And I've spent hours waiting for you in the past. Very well, what is it? Another tribe of confused goblins. I'll kill them and be done with it.
Oh,
No,
no.
no. You know. Fine. Do they need something? Well, no. Well, yes. I mean, as you know, they left their homes. Their homes aren't really home anymore. And I don't know. They seemed well spoken and polite, and I didn't really feel right about putting each one to the end of an arrow tip. So,
Your video disappeared, Dakota.
I know, it's because I'm eating.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
That's okay.
What?
I was just
You want
positioning the video next to the map, and then all of a sudden your square disappeared. So I was like, uh-oh.
what? You want a pack of pet goblins? Well, if it makes any difference to you, these are called Verdun.
We're not goblins, sir.
Yes.
I believe we're
I
more
feel
sophisticated.
Yes, this one is Mr. Stamens. Mr. Stamens, come over here. And I would advise that you genuflect. I heard that. Well, I don't believe he's familiar with protocol or oh gosh, what's the word here? He's not familiar with your protocol, Dalen. So I was just trying to help him out. But please, Mr. Stamens, dispense with genuflection. Speak plainly.
What do you want me to say?
Who are you? Why are you here?
Well, you see, so my name is Stamens, and this is my group. With me, I have Flint, Brent, Squatch, Misk, Sheen, and Sconce. We believe that perhaps we used to live more primitive lives. Something happened to us. We don't remember anything before that. And we've been surviving out in the desert for months at this point. And we've been forced to come out and to look for supplies and food and water. And we encountered you here. So we're trying to see, just explore what the world is like outside of our little corner. See if we can make our way.
You're 3.5 feet tall, and you have green skin. Why are you not goblins?
Well, I maybe we are goblins. I don't know. I'm afraid I can't answer that, Mr. Dalen.
And you need food.
Yes, sir.
So do we.
Dalen, can't you see that these are not normal goblins? They speak in the common tongue, and they're very intellectual. At least this one is. Something is clearly happening here.
Well, thank you, Michael.
Fine. I will spare you for now.
It was not our intention
Jellic.
to intrude.
We
Jellic,
brought
what
them
are you
here.
going to do about food? Well, I think I was going to take them to hunt boar. I haven't had that for a while.
Boars are definitely pesky creatures.
Take Billy and Sam with you.
I'm sorry.
And,
what is boar?
Pew. Into figures
it's a
join you. Join your party. And oh gosh, I don't even. You know what? I think they should remain behind.
I think
No.
Stamens could be very useful.
He's not talking about Stamens. He's talking about Sam and Billy.
Oh yosh.
You know, Stamens, I do believe the best pathway for you and your tribe's survival, would be to please Dalen and give him what he wants. So, all right, we'll take that. And with that, two smiling figures join you guys, and you start heading out of this little palace, and back where you came to, and back where you left off. So let's see. Go back to.
Are we going to hunt boar right now?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna nudge Jalek and be like, this is not the kind of party where the more is the merrier. This is going to be difficult.
I know. But, we could just leave them here and he might drown them like he did the last group.
No. We need to figure out what's going on. Could be very useful.
And Squatch is hearing how casually the last group of Verdun were dispensed with. And he's just like, I'm beginning to have second thoughts. Maybe the desert wasn't so bad.
Scott, you are fine. We need to figure out what is happening.
Squatch, we had no choice. We were eventually going to run out of supplies. I know you don't have much life left to live, but the rest of us do.
And with that, Flint just gives him a nudge in the ribs anyway. He's like, stop it. Gosh, been belly aching for 3 months. So, let's see. Oh, that doesn't work. I was going to try to rotate everybody to see if I could just get everything facing the other direction at once, but that makes everybody upside down. So, Jalek addresses everybody. Okay, what do you all know about hunting boar? What do you all know about hunting boar? Sorry, I had something in my throat. I sounded like my brother.
I don't even know what boar is. Boar?
Do you know what a pig is?
No. Is it some kind
The
of
little
plant?
dense... No, it's a creature. They're quite pesky.
It's
And they help us harvest the crops. Is that what we're doing?
No, they are the food.
They are the food. And so...
You mean you eat the
follow
creature?
me.
Yes.
Of course we do.
Barbaric.
I am sure goblins eat more barbaric things than boar.
We are not goblins.
You just don't remember.
Well, whatever we may
Of
have
goblin
done.
descent.
Whatever we may have done, I can't say I like the idea of this. Doesn't sound appetizing. It also sounds kind of traumatizing.
Well, just come along for the ride. I'm not going to make you do anything that you're not comfortable with.
I will kill the boar if it makes you feel better, Stamens.
I would rather us not kill the boar. Can't we just...
What would you rather eat?
Shh, hush.
Don't you have some sort of vegetation? That's what we've been surviving on.
Yes, but you guys are clearly malnourished and you need some sort of protein.
Boar
is the best way to get protein.
I believe I've solved that problem. I just need some more supplies.
Hush. Shh. I hear something. Yes. And if you peer where Jalek is just crouching, he's crouching right behind some treetops.
On my screen, he's
can
still
I-
in the temple.
On
my screen, he's still in the temple.
Oh.
Yeah, same.
I moved the sash a long time ago.
Well, like, I see.
He's
us-
at like the beginning of the temple.
Yeah, he's like at the beginning of the temple, and we're my group is by like the water fountain thing.
Okay. So at least I know that we're in the right place. So, yeah, if you look at the bottom right,
If you
the map.
hold left click, you can do this.
if I hold left click, I can do that.
Yeah, you see my circles?
Oh, cool. I did not know I could do that.
So
There we go.
This here, this like flattened rat thing.
Yeah.
Rat, boar,
And
they're all the same.
Just for the record, that is referred to Oh, that's better. Now it doesn't look like flattened rat. Now you can actually see that it's boar.
It looks like
That's probably how
pixelated.
big it would be too. I mean, it's a dire boar, so it would be huge. And so, Jalik notches an arrow.
Wait, Jalik. Can I practice the hunter's mark?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, you guys just see. Well, hold on. Let me see what weapons I have, because I actually can't remember.
Oops.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I have.
Yeah, go ahead and take your time. I know that you're just getting used to your character and everything like that. I'm just getting used to running this whole thing, so I know that I've caused a few delays.
Good. Can I throw the battle axe?
You're not intending to kill that creature, are you?
Oh,
Stamets, what did you
absolutely.
think we meant when we were eating boar? Of course we have to kill it.
I don't understand why. It's not doing anything wrong. It just exists.
Well, because it's not going to hold still and let us take bites out of it.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my god.
Well done, PJ. Well done.
It's not doing anything wrong. How do you not find such a creature fascinating? It's quite majestic.
They're all fascinating, but there's literally a million of them in the
You're
world.
surrounded by edible
Well, if
vegetation.
it makes you feel better,
It's the circle
last
of
group
life.
goblins weren't doing anything wrong either, but somehow they ended up on Dalen's bad side. I'm trying to help prevent the same thing from happening to you.
What do you mean,
That is
circle
very
of
true.
life?
Circle of life. You have to keep things in check, or else they will overrun everything. Boars are quite pesky in that. They will kill everything within radius if we do not keep them somewhat contained.
It doesn't look smart enough to do that.
It's
Oh, I
instinct.
mean,
They don't have to have a brain.
If you'd like, you can go down and say hello, and you can find out firsthand the nature of a boar.
I mean, have you tried?
No. Do you not see his tusks? Did I not tell you that he does not have a brain?
Well, I can go down and
cannot
say
ration with him.
hello without penalty, but the rest of you, I doubt that very much. However, if you'd care for an experiment, you're free to send Squash down there. He can find out for you. I'll pass, thanks. Somebody was talking about casting some sort of hunting spell.
Yes, I'm learning a new spell that I would like to try out.
Well, I will have no part in this.
Just turn around.
Very well. Stamets is going to go over here and explore the temple, as he hasn't had an opportunity to be free from the group and just explore. Everything's new to him, so he's fascinated by everything, and he's not keen on destroying the first creature he's seen.
Okay, so
And never did I think I'd be more afraid for Dalen to hear Stammen speak than Squatch, but here I am.
I know. Stamens needs to realize that he was literally born yesterday.
Can he
He
hear
knows
them?
nothing of the gods.
Can he hear them?
My
maybe?
Jalik has no need to be stealthy except for to the extent he doesn't want the boar to hear.
I might be born yesterday, but I know quite a bit already, thank you.
But Michael, get on with it. He's almost finished eating that plant.
Okay, so Michael, you just see her standing there, and And she closes her eyes for a brief second, takes, a few deep breaths like she's focusing on
What?
something. What was that?
Am I the only person that lost her?
No,
No,
yes,
sorry,
you
I was
are.
eating. I turned it back on. Hello.
No, he meant voice. He lost you for a minute because he keeps cutting in and out, but I heard you just fine.
Okay, say it one more time.
Okay, so you guys just see Michael kind of centering herself and trying to really focus on the target of the spell. And then I just pull out the battle axe from strapped on my back, wield it over my head with two hands, and then just full
As
force.
soon as she does that,
right into
Stamets throws his boomerang out to try and intercept the axe hit midway through.
I turn
Okay.
around and grab Stamets by the throat and lift him.
Can I do that, DM? Can Stamets do that?
Let me see. So first off, this isn't just a normal throw. This is a hunter's mark throw. So
It still hits regardless of what he does.
right, it says you choose a creature you see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, and you have advantage.
Oh, so
On these checks,
you
if
do
you
still
find
have
it-
to hit it. So if I intercept it, it might prevent that. Right?
Okay, so it doesn't actually improve your hit at all.
No.
So, yes, I will let you take that roll, Stamets, with the boomerang, but you're trying to hit a moving object flying through the air with another moving object. So I'm going to make you roll that with disadvantage.
Okay. That's a 9. PJ's frozen.
And you both cut out again. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He rolled a 9.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
and
he
I
rolled a
a
9.
Okay. So, I'm going to have Dakota roll attack, and let's see.
If her attack's bigger
You know
than
what,
a 9,
I'll
I would say that it works.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Damn it.
And
Stamets was trying to show off since you were talking
My
shit on
battle
him.
axe literally cuts right through your boomerang. Like,
No,
cuts in half
is it
and
really?
just keeps going.
Does that what happens, DM? My trusty boomerang?
No, that's not what happens because we already
No.
determined that it missed.
Okay. If I rolled the 1, I could see that.
If you roll the 1, that could happen, but
Or she
for
rolled a
right
20.
now, does your boomerang return to your hand when you throw it?
I think so. Let me look.
I
Boomerang
believe
is a
so.
ranged weapon, and any creature proficient with javelin is also proficient with this weapon. On a miss, a boomerang returns to the thrower's hand. Yes. So the boomerang
Okay,
comes back
so
through the
boomerang
doorway
returns
to the
to-
temple, and Stamets grabs it and pockets it. And next
So,
time I'll
with
next
that-
time I'll hit.
Okay, so you said you rolled a 13,
hmm
and is that adding any DM or sorry, adding any? Oh,
So that was
gosh.
just to hit.
That was that your raw roll, or was that with the addition of any modifiers?
That was just raw.
Okay.
Oh, mine was with
'Kay, so-
modifiers.
Raw dogging it.
With DC, that's what I mean. Hit DC is +5 on that weapon. So you threw that though.
Mhm.
Okay, so the battle axe hits the animal, and that is good for 1d8 +3 plus a d6. So do you want to go ahead and roll the damage?
Yeah, so 1d8. +3, right? So a
Yep.
d8 +3, and then a d6.
Yep.
Okay.
And let me know what your score is when you have it.
8.
Okay, so the axe strikes the animal and embeds in its flank, rear flank, and it just goes "Ree!" like, well, not more like a, because it's a big one, and it takes off running, and your axe is still in it, and so Jalek looks at you and says, "Well, we better retrieve that axe, and our quarry's running away. Let's go!" And makes a dash after it with his bow and arrow in hand.
I pull out my rapier and follow right behind him.
All right, and Flint, Sheen, and Brent follow. Is Stamets going to?
Stamets will stay kind of distant, but will sort of follow loosely.
All right.
He's mostly just fascinated with the jungle and all this stuff he's never seen before.
And so, because Stamets goes, so do the rest of the group. So, let's go to. Uh-oh. Crud.
You all right?
Yeah, so kind of, let's see. Okay, so everyone emerges on the other side, and the boar leaves a trail. There's kind of a clearing in the forest, or in the jungle, and you guys pop out, and the boar is starting to slow down, but he continues to run, and so he ends up about right there, is hot on his trail. Does everybody continue to follow Jalek?
Yes. Although Stamets again is not in a hurry.
And can everybody see?
Near the front.
Yes.
Yes. I have one big black square in the kind of middle of the screen that I cannot see.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if that's intended.
And so there's this huge tree right here. That is such a cool thing. I did not know I could do that until. Do you guys see the blue circles too?
The blue circles are mine.
Oh,
okay. See the colors of the nameplates at the bottom? That's the color of the circle. See, my blue ones are, when I do it, Dakota's will be purple. See how she has purple next to her name? At the bottom.
Awesome. So, as you round the corner, as everybody rounds the corner, they see a number of warriors. They look like elves, but they're kind of made up the same way that Dalen was, and they all have weapons in their hands. They all have arrows drawn, stuff like that, and they're ready for a fight. And the boar continues to just run run out of sight. And Jalek stops and goes, "Get out of my way!" And Elf at the front says, "We are the entourage from Malachi. That is a holy boy that you are hunting. We cannot allow you to persist any further." Huh?
Stamets just mutters to himself, "I knew we should have left it alone."
Stamets, this is no time for bickering.
In
I
fact,
disagree.
Shh.
You have already wounded Her Highness's boar. We are afraid we cannot allow that to go unpunished. Now,
Must I fix everything? And Stamets pulls out a device from his
You
pocket.
are such a pretentious little goblin.
He pulls out a little device from his pocket. It has like a little crank on the side, and he turns it a little bit, and a little bit of like kind of this like lotion consistency stuff comes out, and he walks over and he says, this, "Let me apply this to the holy creature. It will heal it."
the holy creature is already long out of sight and is probably bleeding out.
I can see
However,
it right there. It's
we would be
behind you.
happy to apply this to you. And one of them fires an arrow directly over at Stamets.
I jump in front of it.
Oh shit!
It'll just hit my armor.
So is this boar not here? Right here?
No, he's ran. He's pretty much out of the screen by now.
Okay.
All right, so we can go ahead and let me go first. Just check on that.
Did it hit me?
I don't know.
Nope, my AC is 18.
All right, so the arrow hits the shield. You've got a shield, right?
I have a shield and I have armor.
Okay. Yeah. The arrow bounces harmlessly off of the shield as Michael steps in front of a frightened Stamets and blocks it. And you can all roll initiative. Or we're going to have to roll initiative. I'm not sure how to do that yet, but I'm going to figure that. Oh, you know what?
Oh,
I can
shit.
do it with the...
If it's D20, you just, or D&D Beyond, you just hit the initiative button and it'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just rolled
which
a
is
20
awesome.
on
I'm gonna do
initiative.
that.
I got 20 plus 2.
Oh, damn.
22.
Mine's 14.
If you pop open the
So
initiative...
I'm going to go ahead.
So, PJ, if you pop open the little combat tracker in Roll20, we can populate our own initiatives in that field, I believe.
Stop it.
Oh, awesome. Which is the combat tracker?
So, first, right-click the tokens that are going to be part of combat.
I don't remember.
Right-click the tokens that are going to be part of combat and hit Add Turn.
Let's see. Oh, awesome. I remember that now.
And then, I don't know if it auto-pops it open when you add turn or not, but if not, it's one of the tools on the bottom left of the left toolbar.
Is it the clock?
I think so, yeah. There you go. And now if my character's in there, I should be able to... Oh, that's because I don't have a character sheet. I don't think I can, but Dakota might be able to. Mine's at 22 if you want to fill mine out.
I don't think he gave me a character. I just think I'm a token.
Yeah, for right now, you guys are both tokens. I'll work on getting this
All right, then you got to fill it out.
cleaned up and improved as time goes.
I'm a 22.
I'm 14.
Oh my gosh, there are so many freaking combatants. Oops.
If you need to make it easier on yourself for them, you can put them as the same turn.
Okay, so I've got 1, 2,
They just F
3,
us all up
4,
at the same
5,
time.
6 Verdan tribes. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all the others. Because I ended up with somehow with like 20 Verdan tribes.
You can also use the D&D Beyond combat tracker if
see,
you
1,
want to.
2,
If it's easier.
3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so Stamets rolled 22. What did you roll, Dakota?
14.
Alright. And then let's see. Go ahead and roll a handful of d20s. Okay, I clicked the roll button. Oh, there they go.
My laptop's about to join, so don't say hi.
Hi.
Hi there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you guys do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. You're not my dad. At least my biological dad.
Here we go. Windows showing me every notification I've got since the last time I turned it on. What?
I was telling your computer to shh.
You shush.
You shush.
Shh. And there.
Almost there.
Feel free to adjust Chev laptop to whatever's comfortable for the combat audio.
Oh, completely
Okay.
muted? Okay.
So
If that's what you want.
then,
Stamets isn't in
if
the
I click the
combat
forward
tracker
arrow,
anymore.
does that?
What?
Stamets isn't in the combat tracker anymore.
What does the forward arrow do?
It changes the turn.
Oh, that's somebody's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it highlights whose turn it is on the field. But like I said, Stamets
Okay.
isn't in there anymore. You deleted him.
No, he's not deleted.
He's not in the
He's in
combat
there.
tracker. He's not in the combat tracker.
He should be at number 1. That's what I'm seeing.
I don't see him at all.
Give it a second to hum.
I don't see him at all. Do you
Yeah,
see
I'm
him,
looking at the
Dakota?
turn order right now, and it's
I think you... There's no one at 22.
Yeah, no one has a 22 initiative, and I don't see Stamets' picture on there anywhere.
that's weird. Okay, do I have to hit the gear? Sort numerically into descending order.
That's just changing the sort of what's there, but I don't see Stamets in the list.
He should be at the very top. I'm looking right at him.
Not on my screen.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. I can run it from here. So Stamets is first. So the assist came from Michael, and yeah, arrow bounced off of her shield. Still came uncomfortably close, even out off of Ricochet. What does Stamets do?
Okay, so seeing which one fired this arrow?
Right, that little guy right there.
I didn't. Oh, this guy?
Oh, I forget. I have to hold the button. That guy.
Which guy? This guy?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Stamets is going to. He pulls out these two little gears, and he pulls out a third gear and he sets it on top of them and he twists it, and all of a sudden a little flame appears on top of the gears, and then he spins the gears and the flame turns into a bolt of fire and launches right at that guy. And that is a 20 to hit.
Did you roll a 20, or is that the
It's
combined total?
Non-natural, yeah. 15 plus 5.
Okay, that hits. What's your damage?
Okay, and damage is... Oh, they're different colors for the different die on this Christmas set. 2 damage.
Okay,
Sick
so
burn,
now
bro.
if I put if I do it, and I remember you telling me about this, if I put like remaining health over total health, does that create a bar?
Not that we can see. I think you can. I think there might be a way to change that so we can, but we don't see the health. Only you track that,
Okay.
which is the way it is usually done. So it should create a bar, but only for you. But you have to put his max health in there first, and then you have to put the remaining health. And I think you have to
Gotcha.
use the red color.
Yeah, I'm using the red color, and I put number over number, and it just shows up in the red circle. It doesn't actually create a bar.
You have to hit the cog wheel. So like click the token, and then click the little cog wheel, and you'll see in
But
there
that's okay.
two
I
text
can roll with
fields.
that. Or wait, there's a little gear.
Yeah, the gear. Go in there, and then
Oh,
you'll
okay.
see a max field. Fill out the max field for his max health.
I see. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, he with 2 damage, it hurts, but doesn't really seem to do any lasting damage. Describe how he reacts.
How the goblin, or is it a goblin?
It's an elf.
An elf. It's describing how he reacts. Okay, so
Or no, sorry, Dragonborn. Dragonborn. These are Dragonborn.
okay, so being 2 damage, this firebolt hits him right in the face, and like you can see the sparks slide across the scales of his face and stuff, but he doesn't even flinch. He just kind of like gives a little evil grin because it didn't really do shit to him.
Gotcha. Okay, so next to go is Squatch. And let's see. And so Squatch pulls a old bow and arrow. I mean, the bow that time forgot.
Oh, Squatch, what are you doing?
You'll see here how it's done. And takes aim at this guy and
No, Squatch, you're aiming at Michael. Watch out.
takes a shot at the same guy that you tried. And the arrow flies off just harmlessly in a straight line. And you actually hear the howling of an animal in pain as an arrow thump in your ear.
Please tell me it wasn't the holy boar.
It was the holy boar. The intended
No.
target looks behind him, and oh, you're gonna pay for that. Sorry, it was an accident. That was for you.
Squatch.
All right, so he's done, and the next is Misk. And let's see, where is Misk? Or wait a second, no, it's not Misk. It's the guy that was hit. Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to these controls. So the guy that was hit takes aim directly at Squatch because he's pissed. That just added insult to injury. And shoots with his crossbow, and that is good for. And he's gonna have a DC of +3. Seven. So misses Squatch as well.
What kind of...
He ain't so tough. Okay, and this one back here is going to advance a little bit. And also take aim at Squatch. Squatch has just universally pissed off these guys by adding a second hit to their already wounded holy boar. And
Oh, he didn't kill it.
this one is going to hit Squatch for damage of 8. So the arrow zooms past everybody in front of Squatch and finds its mark right in Squatch's gut. Good.
Oh no.
These arrows really hurt.
Poor Squatch.
I'll be okay.
Stamets, do you have any more of that gel?
Then it's up.
I do, Michael, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get there and apply it.
Okay, so then this one takes another shot over at Squatch.
Oh no.
And Squatch is laying down now. Like
Which one is Squatch?
Squatch is.
They're all overlapping, so pinging it doesn't help.
I know. They kind of all came out as a group. Let's see. Let's spread them out a little bit. Oh my gosh.
Wow, there's a lot more than I thought there was.
Yeah, that would actually make sense.
Shitin, get out of here.
Oh, jeez. We have a much bigger party than I thought.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
lot.
this is Squatch right here. So let me do my little beacon.
That one? Okay.
Yep. So yeah, he's laying down. So
Oh, and we're in combat. I can't do anything. Never mind.
So, do we have that many people? Because I only have 6 names.
no,
Okay.
no, there's duplicates for sure, and I'll delete them as I figure out who they are.
Okay.
But yeah, there's 6 Verdon, and this is just this is just a result of copying and pasting too many damn times. So I apologize for that.
No worries.
So, yeah, this guy takes a shot over at Squatch, and it is going to be with disadvantage since Squatch is now doubled over on the ground, holding his stomach in his hand. So this is an 8. So 11, it misses barely. The arrow lands like right in the ground next to Squatch. And so next is, I'm going to scroll up. I keep scrolling to the bottom. Oops, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, next is Michael.
Shoot. How far away is this one?
Is which one?
This one.
You can use
For
your
me.
yardstick.
How do I do that?
There's a measuring tool on the left toolbar. It's a circle with a ruler. It's the 4th tool down.
I only have snap to center, snap to corner, no snapping.
That's the tool.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so he's
nice.
30 feet. He's within reach, but barely.
Oh, that's not me. Okay.
And that one, the one next to Jalik, is 20 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit the one that's next to Jalik. Hold on, I wanna see what this is.
And I don't like snapping from center because it adds a couple feet. I like snapping from edge. Just so you know, if your inner edge, it'd be your inner edge to their inner edge. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like, so it'd be the shortest possible distance between you guys. Who is doing that?
If you drag
Sorry.
and you right click, you can put points and keep dragging. So if you keep holding left click and then just keep hitting right click as you go, you'll put points on your arrow.
Oh, stop it. Okay,
Oh, that's cool.
So are there at least 3 that are within 30?
I mean, yeah. These two are 10 feet away
This
from
one,
him.
this one. Oh, that
Yeah,
was 35.
everybody's like within 10 feet of this guy.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit this one, and this one. Oh, that's 35. So these three then.
He says he likes snapping to the edge, though. So if you do snapping to the edge, you can reach him. See?
It doesn't matter. I just need 3 targets. So
Okay,
whichever,
It doesn't matter. I'm helping you
whichever
out.
So,
3
yeah.
are there.
The other one's kind of in cover, so yeah, we'll say your targets are this guy, and this guy.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna cast Bane on them. It's up to 3 characters of my choosing that I can see within range. They must make a charisma saving throw. If they fail a saving throw, I have to make an attack roll. And then the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw. That doesn't make sense. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the spell to pop up on my computer, which is running just a little bit slow right now, to
Okay, no worries.
see exactly how it
You
works.
said you're casting
Okay, up to
Bane?
3 creatures of your choice you can see within range must make charisma saving throws. Whenever a target fails this saving throw, makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw. Okay, so basically it's a handicap.
Yeah.
So all 3 of these guys now have to subtract a d4 from their next roll
Attacks.
of any kind if they
Yes.
fail to save. So to save, it is
It's 11. Charisma 11.
All right, so we're just gonna go with raw rolls on this one.
As you cast
Because I haven't-
Bane, does it go,
You really adopted the dog. I was born on it.
I hate you.
So
You're the worst.
all 3 save.
No way! No, they didn't.
Wait, no, never mind. 11, 17. This one was kind of hard to read. It looked like an 11, but it's a 9. So one of them, and we'll say this guy, since he's kind of been a pain in the ass so far, is under Bane. The other 2 are unaffected.
Perfect. Okay, and
Okay, anything
for
else on your
my
Time is
yes, for my second attack, my battle axe is still in the boar, huh?
Yes, it is. It ran away with the board. Do you have any other weapons?
Yeah, I have a rapier. Okay, so I am close enough to stamets. Let's see. Or not stamets. Oh, wait, no, I'm not, and that would take an action. Damn it! What about this one?
I
Let's
do love
touch
that
as
we're
well.
Stamets and Michael, even though your Michael isn't based off of Discovery.
I know. And I didn't even correlate the 2 until you said something. Okay, well, cool. I can't use any of my healing spells on Scraunch, so
Scrunch. I like that name better.
Scrunch.
I literally forgot his name.
That's wonderful. You came up with a better name.
So- I am just going to hit this one, the one that's crippled, with my rapier,
All right.
and I rolled. I rolled a 7. Tell me
Okay.
it hits.
Let me check out your character. Rolled a 7 plus 5.
No, I rolled a 2 plus 5, so it's a 7 total.
Oh, then yeah, no, it doesn't hit.
Okay.
So you
Cool.
attack which one? The guy in the middle?
Yeah, the
So
one that
you
was
were gonna be
handicapped.
right
Yep,
there.
that one. Alright,
'Kay.
cool. Well, that's the end of my turn.
All right. So next is going to be Flint. And Flint is a super gung-ho goblin, so he runs up to the front here. And let's get rid of
He's like,
these two
we
guys
still don't
coming
have
over
clean
there.
running water.
And he's going to take aim at the goblin that that you are closest to with his little bow and arrow because he thinks that you're in danger. So he takes his shot. Oh, and it hits. And that is good for 8 damage. So this one really just gets screwed up. So give me a second to just kind of get this guy situated. So yeah, the arrow goes right through this guy's shoulder plate, just below the rounded part. So it probably punctured a lung. He's sitting there like wheezing. And blood's pouring out from under the arrow. But the arrow's also actually acting as something of a stopper. So then next to act is going to be Sheen. Sheen seeing Flint's success with that, also runs up about to where Flint is and fires another arrow at this already wounded Dragonborn. And this arrow flies astray. Doesn't even come close. And I was like, oh, damn it. So next is going to be Brent. And Brent, let's see, right here. So Brent takes a couple steps forward, also fires an arrow. And that one hits. So that arrow is good for... Holy smokes! 8. So that arrow goes right through the helm of this Dragonborn. And Dragonborn kind of goes cross-eyed, looking at the arrow lodged in his forehead before he falls down dead.
Awesome.
This Dragonborn at the back here, seeing the death of his comrade at the hands of Brent, runs up a few paces and fires an arrow back. And it is... Is that a 2 or a 20?
Look at the chat.
Kind of stop.
It's a 2.
Huh?
Look at the chat for the official roll. It's a 2.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I could do that. That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, so that one goes wide. So then next is the only melee, like the only melee member of the Dragonborn entourage. He decided to bring a spear to work instead of a bow and arrow like the others suggested, and he's regretting it. So let's see. Whoop! No, don't do that. Don't do that. Wrong button. Let's see. Snap to corner. So his options are... So he charges through the brush here. And tries to stick this Verdun for... 13. And that hits. So that's good for... Oh! 10 damage. Stick. So he sticks poor Sheen right under the rib. And Sheen's bleeding very heavily. Help! Help! So, next up is Sconce. So Sconce sees this guy hit poor Brent and decides to take a shot at him with his bow and arrow.
A natty 20!
Oh, bitchin'. First of the night.
Kills him. Instantly. Just kidding.
Oh, such a waste. So he shoots an arrow, and it hits this guy like right in the leg. The upper part of the leg, the meaty part of the thigh. Thunk! And he stumbles back a few steps. And now we're back up to Stamets.
That's funny. I still don't see him in the tracker. Okay. All right. So Stamets. Okay. How far is the boar away that Squanch hit?
He's like 80 yards away. Like, he is a long ways away. It was just that the arrow, like, the trajectory of the arrow, it shot up above the hill, missed its target, and just came down in the unluckiest place it could have been.
80 yards or 80 feet?
80 feet.
Okay.
We'll call it 80 feet because he's still on the map, and you've got the measurement tool, and I was only off by 5.
Okay, so I have a 60-foot range, and that's 80 feet, so, well, it's more like 70 feet, 72. And so I'm going to run up and shave 30 off of that with my movement. So I'm going to run right there, so you'll have to move my token for me.
Oh, yeah, forget that I have to do that. There you go.
And then Stamets pulls out, so he's got that healing gel again, but this time he's attached the little dispenser to a little blade, and he pulls a little string, zzz, and it sends off like a little drone, and he sends it over to the boar, and this is a bonus action, by the way. He can do it as a bonus action. So it's just zzz, as it goes over, and it rains this gel as a mist over the boar to heal him. And that does...
Do you have to roll for that or anything like that?
Yeah, it's 7. He heals him for 7. See, we're on your side. Well, at least I am. My companions don't know what they're doing. But you can see I've helped heal your holy boar. He's once again...
Did you say D7?
What? I said it was...
What did you say the healing was?
7.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the gel falls into the wound. The little sparkles fall into the wound, and the battle axe falls out and just clatters to the ground. Dunk!
Nice. Awesome.
And who's the boar just kind of curiously sniffs it, and then just keeps on walking away.
Who's the leader of this little group that's confronting us?
He is lying on the ground dead, unfortunately.
Okay, so who would be the next person then? Who looks like they are commanding the troops at this point? This guy?
Yeah, this guy right here, the closest guy within earshot, is right here.
Okay, so basically Stamets is going to spend his turn to try and persuade him to call off the attack. No further violence is necessary. We want to help. Can I roll persuasion?
And this guy's going to respond, "Do you surrender unconditionally?"
What do you mean, surrender? What do you intend to do with us? Because I'm pretty sure we can take you out if we decide to.
Malachi will decide the consequence for someone who murders her soldiers.
So, okay, so no chance to roll persuasion?
Oh, yeah, you can roll persuasion. I'll let you do that.
Okay. That's an 11.
Not persuasive enough.
Well, you confronted us. I already said I was willing to heal your holy boar, and you refused. So no surrender. And I guess that's my action since I tried to persuade.
I'll let you take. Was your action was so? Sorry about that. Your bonus action was that healing maneuver.
Right.
Then you tried to persuade.
Uh-huh.
I'll let that be a free action if you want to take one more shot.
Oh, really?
Since it was just dialogue, yeah.
Dang.
Okay, I mean, usually if I have to do a roll, that takes an action, but I'll take it.
Yeah, stop arguing.
Okay, so...
Stop explaining the rules. Just say okay.
So at this point, Stamets reaches into his pack and he's like, I know it's here somewhere. I was working on it for months. Aha! And he pulls out this little, like, ray gun looking thing that just looks like it's made of just scraps. Like he just strung it together, little wires running around it. And he hits it a couple times and then it lights, it kind of finally it powers up. And he aims and he pulls the trigger. And he casts Chaos Bolt. Let's see. I need to hit cast on Healing Word. To take
Okay,
the
let me
spell
read
slot.
Chaos Bolts because I'm not familiar with it yet.
That's fine. First, let's see if it even hits. 24 to hit. I assume it does.
Oh, sweet. What did you roll for that? 19?
Yep, 19 plus 5.
Okay.
Okay, and then that is going to be 8 damage of... what damage is this type? Electrical damage? What is this? Energy bolt type of damage. Oh, here we go. Lightning damage. So that's 8 lightning damage. As this little energy orb just kind of this like projectile just fires out of the end of this gun.
Wait. You said it was a Chaos Bolt?
Yeah.
Okay, so it shows a drop to me. Oops. I
Shows
didn't
what?
mean to roll it. I'm sorry.
It just rolls on your screen. It doesn't do anything on my screen.
Oh, gotcha. What's the little oh, it says acid damage
No. Click
next to Chaos
click
Bolt.
the ability itself. I get to choose the damage.
The ability itself.
Click
What ability?
Click the word Chaos Bolt to pop out the sidebar. And you'll see, look at all the
I
damage
see.
types. I get to choose.
First level evocation. You hurl an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy. Make a ranged attack spell. 2d8. On a hit, targets 2d8 plus 1d6 damage.
Oh,
Choose one of the d8s.
Yeah, I have to do. I don't get to
The
choose
number
the damage.
on
It's
that
the D8,
die
right?
determines the damage type as shown below. So, okay, I see how that would work. But that doesn't count towards the damage. No, wait, it would count towards the damage. So 2d8 plus 1d6 of damage. And how much damage did that total again?
I cleared it now so that I could read this, but it was, I think, 7? You want me to just re-roll it? Should we just do it?
Yeah, just re-roll it.
Okay. So that rolled the 2 d8s. That's 6 plus 3 for 9 damage. And
And then you get a d6. From what I understand.
yeah, why isn't it rolling the d6? Target takes 2d8 plus 1d6. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that die determines the attack's damage type as shown below. So that's up to you whether I get to choose it or not, I guess. But it doesn't show me the individual d8 rolls. That's the problem. So I don't know which one.
Oh, gotcha.
It does show me.
Oops,
So I see the
wrong
physical
button.
die. So let's just take this one. We'll take it. That's a 2. And so a
Here,
2 on that table is cold damage.
Damage type is
We're
7.
losing you. We're losing you.
Hum?
We're losing you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Damn it. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what did you say the damage was going to be? Because I did put a roll just in case.
It was 7 damage total. And then it was cold. I took one of the d8s and it was cold damage.
Okay. So this guy is okay, perfect. So the bolt lands on the bottom half of this dragonborn, and everything below the waist freezes solid. He cannot move, and he is shivering. He is miserable. He goes to twist his leg, like he goes to twist from the hip, and one of his ankles breaks off at the foot. And so now he's sitting on a foot and an ankle, and realizing he can't move any further, just draws his bow.
At least it's numb.
Upon hearing this, he just flashes the common equivalent of the bird. Okay, so next we have Squatch, still laying on the ground, bleeding profusely from his stomach, and summoning what courage and energy he has. He notches an arrow and just shoots it vaguely into the direction of your ass. And
we lost you. He shoots it vaguely into the direction.
With that, he actually miraculously sends a hit. Like, he kind of fired blindly, but still managed to hit Mr. Frozen below the waist. And that was good for 3. So the arrow flies through the air and hits the frozen guy just below the knee. That shatters everything below the knee. And this guy sort of falls off of his own shattered frozen limbs, and now he's on 2 knee stumps waiting to fire another arrow.
And he's not prone? He falls onto knee stumps and he's still standing?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point that you raised. Yeah, he's prone.
Oh, it's up to you. I just thought that was amazing. Like, I ain't even mad.
I was just imagining him landing, shattering something, and him dropping about a foot and a half, and then steadying himself, standing on his stumps.
Yeah, that's fine. If that's what you say happened.
Yeah, he it's actually his next. So taking the bottom of his arrow and knowing that his time is running out, or bottom of his bow, I'm sorry, he pushes himself over his stump, so he's sitting on his butt, and draws as best as he can. He's trying not, it's really hard for him because everything's kind of in the way. If he's sitting down, he's got to turn his bow sideways so that he can clear it and sort of lay back. But he manages to fire off an arrow, and it just flies out wildly. It let's see, yeah, it doesn't do anything. It just flies way past the head of I forget which Verdant here is here, but he's not labeled, so yeah, and that's him. He's about to pass out, and so next is this guy up here. Seeing his poor shattered comrade and the damage that Stamens can do, he takes a shot at Stamens. Oops. And that is good for 19. And that does 4 damage.
4 damage to Stamets.
So, Stamets, describe how that arrow hits him.
Hits Stamets?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so that arrow is going to hit Stamets in the shoulder as he's been tinkering with his next little invention, trying to put together something for his next turn, and he drops it on the ground and takes this arrow and just kind of yanks it out of his shoulder.
And I'll trust you to update your own damage. Okay, next is Michael.
Michael Burnham.
No. I'm so torn.
No, you're not even touched yet.
Do you need some tape?
No. Shh. I'm torn because I could move backwards into the group of goblins and try to heal them, like 1 or 2 of them, or I could keep attacking the Dragonborn.
That's a player decision right there. That's something you're going to have to decide, Mr. Half-Tank, Half-Healer.
I'm going to attack this one. The one that's literally right in front of me.
All right, what are you going to do?
So I grab my rapier, and he's pretty close. I just have to take like a step and shove it in him. Okay, so I rolled a 9 to hit.
That misses. You want to describe your miss?
Yeah, I take a step forward to get him with my rapier and stumble on a rock. Just kind of lose my balance a little bit. Once I regain it, though, I'm just gonna basically try again since I'm a little bit closer anyways. Mother. That was worse than the first one. Never mind. Alright. I'm just standing there looking like an idiot tumbling over these stones like I have wobbly ankles.
The Dragonborn's gonna point and laugh.
To be expected.
Alright, so next is Misk. So poor Misk is gonna advance a little bit and take a little pot shot at Mr. Frozen below the waist. See if he can just remove him as a potential attacker. And he has to trying to decide if somebody's standing on 2 stumps of leg or no. I'm gonna say that's not prone just because he'd be about as tall as a goblin, and you guys aren't classified prone. Oh my gosh! So the arrow, in what seems to be just the worst luck ever, sails right past Mr. Stump and hits the boar again.
Shev is not thrilled.
Squanch, I'm beginning to think you were right, that we should have just stayed out in the desert.
Oh, I think my stomach would be intact. And now the boar is pissed because he's just been kind of sitting out in the area, kind of minding his own business after he'd been healed, and he's going to
Fucking
use.
boar.
He's going to start heading the other direction. He has been added as a. Let's see. How do I do that? Oh, I remember. Okay. And right, you know what? He can actually just stay right there. Okay, perfect. So, next is going to be Flint. And let's see. Flint was wounded, though. Flint is hurting a little bit. I remember. So Flint is going to draw his little broadsword and attack the spearman who hit him. And that is going to be good for... That's going to miss. And so the spearman's just going to spring back. And now Flint's in trouble. So next to Sheen. Sheen sees that Flint is staring like right into the eyes of this angry bowman. And so he is going to throw an arrow at him. See if he can get Flint out of trouble. The arrow hits, and that is good for 8 damage. So this comes in, hits the bowman right below the ribs, probably punctures the liver. So the bowman is prone now and is slowly bleeding out. Or not bowman, spearman, I'm sorry. It's not as though this isn't already. All right. So the bowman that was attacked by Michael is going to draw his broadsword, and he's going to take a swing at her, and that is going to be I think a miss, but I need to just double check. Because I'm adding 2 to their DC, so, and you're 13, so that is going to hit. And that is going to be good for 7 damage. So, Michael, you can describe how that blow hits you.
I don't want it to hit me. Did it like penetrate the armor and everything?
It's up to you. It was the number the hit matched your AC, and it was good for 7 damage.
Okay, so I think it wedges in between the like chest plate and the shoulder plate. So right here into my shoulder, instead of actually like penetrating the armor, since it matched my AC. So yeah, it was just an in between shoulder hit.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right, so the spearman's on the ground, and he's bleeding out. So he rolls to his back and makes a desperate attempt to stab upward with his spear into Flint. And he rolls he rolls right onto a nest of red ants, and they start crawling all over and biting him. And now he drops the spear, and he is just completely, oh gosh, what status would that be? Not paralyzed, like frightened. He's frightened. Now he's trying to just crawl away from this nest of red ants that he just rolled into, and he just moves back one space. And so next is Brent. And so Brent is giggling at the miserable spearman, and she sees the one this guy hit Michael. So Bryn is going to draw her arrow and let one fly. Draw her bow and let an arrow fly. And that is good for 6. So that one goes wide. And so over comes Sconce. And Sconce is going to try to fire an arrow at the same person. And is her range good enough? What's the range on an arrow? Is it 20-40? On a bow? A typical bow? Or is it 30-60, 40-80?
On an
I
arrow?
don't have my DM screen.
Do you have is it who fired the bow?
She did right here. Oh crap, hold on.
It's just like a light crossbow or a bow?
It's just a bow. It's just a basic bow.
Why can't I find just a freaking light bow?
And I'm measuring 40 feet.
All I can find are like the named bows. What the hell? Here, D&D 5e bow range. Between 600 and 630 feet. Oh, long bow. That's the word I was looking for.
600?
Yeah, in open terrain, the longbow's maximum effective range is
How
estimated to be somewhere between 600 and 630 feet. It is most effective within the
Oh,
range of
gotcha.
150 feet.
So she's within 100 feet. That shouldn't be a problem. So she takes a shot, and it is good for... It just barely misses. So...
I finally found it. I was looking for bow instead of longbow. Let's see. Range is, yeah,
This point,
150 to 600.
150 to 600. At this point, Jasek says, "These are Malachai's soldiers. I can't intervene. But you'd better wrap this up." And then it is Stamit's turn.
What is happening?
So
What's
Stannis-
happening?
No, Stamets, well, Chev was doing something weird with his computer.
Oh.
like,
He's holding up a
okay,
ring
so
Well, I could intervene, but I shouldn't. Malachi would be pissed
how
at me.
far is Stamets from this guy? Okay, so will you put him within melee range of that guy?
At 15 feet away?
No, I mean put him within melee range. I can't move
I see
him.
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. I forgot you can't move him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
Thank you. Okay, so he's going to move there, and then he's going to use Shocking Grasp. So lightning springs from your hand to deliver a shock to a creature that you try to touch. Make a melee spell attack against the target. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal. Is he wearing any metal?
No, he's wearing buckskin.
Okay. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage, and he can't take reactions until the start of the next turn. Okay, so the attack to hit is a... Why is it not... Oh, 22.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, and it hits for 3 damage, of course.
Okay, do you want to describe his death, or do you want me to?
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll describe his death. So Stamets steps forward, and he touches the guy, and you notice that he's got like some sort of like little transistor or whatever on the palm of his hand, and 2 little wires running up his arm. And they're like, the wires are like made out of different like conductive materials, like scraps that he found basically. And he touches it, and with his left hand he pushes a little button, and just it just like electrocutes the guy, and he falls to the ground dead. And he just, I told you to accept our request to end the fighting. I'm sorry I had to end your life, sir. As he falls to the ground. And then as a bonus,
I need to get me one of those.
Which one of these guys is Squanch? That one?
Hold on. It would be the guy furthest back.
This guy?
Yep.
Okay. Then Stamets, as a bonus action, is going to use that same little drone thing he did before. He's going to pull a little string, and this little tiny little steampunk looking little drone is going to fly over and sprinkle all this healing gel all over Squanch. And that is going to be my final spell slot. And it's going to do 7 healing.
Oh my gosh. So Squanch is back to fighting shape. His stomach stops bleeding. He pulls up his shirt, and he's got a little quarter, a scar that looks kind of like a quarter, but the arrows miraculously disappeared. It's just fallen out. It's just sitting right next to him. He gets up. And see, I always knew that Stamets would help us. He's always messing around with those little devices. And I'm very impressed with you, young man.
You're welcome, Squanch.
Don't forget who taught you.
You didn't teach me anything.
You just don't remember.
You don't either.
All right, so Squanch carefully sets a crookedy old arrow to his crookedy old bow, and take an aim at the Dragonborn facing Michael. Lets one fly. Eat this.
No, miss. Kiss my butt.
And Michael feels a little arrow go thump on the back of her shield, and Squanch looks up. Yeah, sorry, that was just helping out.
Squanch, we're on the same team.
And this guy steps up over and takes a broadsword attack over at Michael, and that is good for. Oops, that's not for anything. Let's see. Wrong button all the time. Makes me feel so fine. That one misses. So he swings, and it glances off of one of Michael's shoulder. It glances off of her shoulder armor. Bonk! And kind of reverberates down his hand. And then it's Michael's turn.
Sweet. So I'm getting really sick of this freaking dude in front of me. So I just, again, I'm going to take my rapier and try to hit him with it. Please be better. 10. Does that hit?
Is that 10 total or just 10 raw roll?
10 total.
No, it doesn't. And
Damn
are you like
it.
standing on a bunch of loose rocks on top of the dirt road, or what's going on?
Probably. I don't know. I don't like rolling on this thing. I don't trust it. But anyways, I digress.
So rapier jab comes, but you slip and your rapier goes down, and it kind of just thrusts harmlessly between this guy's legs, kind of like low knee level. He just looks up like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Ooh. How many people are left? Just this one? Or is
2.
it that one and this one?
Yeah, 3. Sorry about that.
3? Okay. So I am going to use...
Although the purple guy's not really much harm to anybody.
That's fine. This is more of an intimidation tactic. But I am going to use Necrotic Shroud.
Oh, cool.
Which basically means that you can use your action to unleash the divine energy within yourself, causing your eyes to turn into pools of darkness or 2 skeletal, ghostly, flightless wings to sprout from your back.
Oh,
The
shit.
instant you transform, other creatures within 10 feet of you that can see you must each succeed on a charisma saving throw of a DC 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my charisma.
So DC 11.
Yes, DC 11. Or become frightened of you until the end of your turn. Your transformation lasts for 1 minute or until you end it as a bonus action. During it, once on each of your turns, you can deal extra necrotic damage to one target when you deal damage to it.
Okay, cool. So all 3 of them are frightened now. This spearman actually crawl. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying dope. You can keep
Okay, so what did you do? Did your eyes glow? Did skeletal wings pop out of your back?
I popped out the wings. I basically stood up tall, and popped out my wings and was like, "Since you guys won't answer or won't listen, we're gonna have to do this the hard way." And basically just frightened all of them.
Awesome.
Yes.
So next, let's see. This is gonna be fun. The wild boar charges. Stamets, I'm gonna let you decide. Oh gosh, this is such a retcon though. Okay, I'm just, for my own narrative, I'm just gonna make a roll right here. Okay, so just for the record, I was going to say anything below 10, the animal was not aware that its healing was on account of stamens. Anything above 10, the animal was at least vaguely aware that its healing was because of stamens. So, because it was aware that its healing was above on account of stamens, it is just going to use its movement to attack the next closest adversary, which is going to be Michael, and that's where it stops right there.
Like for the night?
No. That's where the
okay.
animal stops. That was 30 feet.
Got it.
So
I do think we should stop for the night in about 12 minutes. If you guys are okay with that.
Oh shit, yeah, it's almost 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not. Will the turn order stay in place if I
No.
stop? That's what I'm afraid of. So
Are you sure? I
I'll
thought
have
it
to,
did.
you know. Anyway, all
Is
right.
it really not?
So, next up is. I think Squatch already went, but I don't think any of the other goblins have gone. Let's see, how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yes. So next is Misk, and so Misk takes an arrow, notches it, and takes a shot at this guy who just joined in to take on Michael, and that is good for.
He's also frightened though, so he takes disadvantage.
Wait, who takes disadvantage?
All of them that are frightened that try to attack me. That's the
Right,
side
but
effect of being frightened.
that doesn't give advantage to anybody firing at him, though, does it?
Correct. So just if they try to attack me, they have disadvantage on those throws.
Gotcha. So that arrow went wide, and next to fire is Flint. Flint puts his broadsword away. He's not afraid of the spearman anymore, just because the spearman's in such misery, he'd be better off dead. And he takes a shot at this guy right here. That's a 19 to hit, and that is good for 8 damage. So this guy takes 8 damage. Arrow flies through, hits him in the neck, and he's bleeding profusely. It hasn't punctured his windpipe or his spine, but it's just sort of wedged in there slantways. And so he's sitting there like, can barely move his head. So then Sheen sees the success that Flint's having, and of course Sheen has to do everything that Flint does. And so he stands next to his hero and also takes a pot shot at this guy. And he misses, though. It lands in the dirt next to this guy. This guy, doing his best with an arrow sticking out of his neck, turns and launches an arrow back at Flint. And that is good for. Oh, he draws back so hard that his string clears the arrow on his neck, and as he releases, the string of his bow catches the arrow on his neck and yanks on it, which so not only sends the arrow awry, but also does an additional 4 damage because it aggravates the wound. Oh yeah, and I forgot he had disadvantage anyway. So the spearman on the ground, he's still got red ants crawling around in his armor. He's
So
frightened
gross.
to death of this horrible demon flying around, and he just, I mean, nobody could be more miserable than this guy. So he's just gonna start crawling into the brush and trying to disappear.
Alrighty.
And then next is going to be Brent. And Brent is right here. So Brent is going to take a shot at the guy with the arrow sticking out of his neck. He's kind of become a pin cushion. And Brent is going to miss badly. And then last, the regular turn order is Sconce. So Sconce is going to step out, take a long arrow at the guy with the arrow sticking out of his neck. It hits, and it is going to be good for enough damage. So this arrow lands right next to the arrow already sticking out of this guy's neck. And where that one was relatively benign, this punctures everything. So this guy's instantly paralyzed, he can't breathe, and he dies. Collapses in a heap. So, and Jalik is like, must I do everything myself? And he's going to cast a bolt of lightning at the soldier on the ground. It's going to vaporize him, the spearman. And he's also going to cast another bolt right at the guy in front of Michael, and it's going to strike in two places at the ground. The boar is going to see all these lightning strikes occurring in front of it, and it's going to turn around and start heading off in the other direction.
No, I need my battle axe.
Battle axe fell out of it. It's on the ground.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, when I healed
But
it.
then, and just in the interest of time, I'm going to replicate this. A woman, a beautiful woman, also wearing buckskins, is going to appear out of nowhere.
I never thought such a beautiful woman
And
could
she's
exist.
going
It
to
looks just like Jalen.
yell and just... What?
Nothing. Never mind. Go ahead. There's a delay.
Oh, are we... Is this going okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. I was
Oh.
making a shitty joke. It's fine. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Okay, hold on. Now my shit's running slow. 1 second.
Yeah, there's like a 10-15 second delay between what I say and when you hear it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's been all that way.
Yeah,
most
it's
of
been
the
like
night.
that the whole game.
That's freaking crazy. Well, thank you guys for putting up with it.
It's all good.
But this one
not
pops
that
up
bad.
and she screams in just this echoing ethereal voice, Jalik! And Jalik's gonna look off to the side at Michael and Stamets. Uh-oh.
Is that your
And,
twin sister, Jalik?
That's Malachi. Uh-oh. Jalik! Yes, Malachi. What is the meaning of this? Shooting my boy, killing my soldiers, involving yourself in a skirmish. Yes, a momentary lapse, and I don't want to hear it. You can inform your father, you can inform your brothers that in 7 days, I will kill you all. And with that, she casts a bolt of energy right at Jalik. It lands flush and sends him flying back 40 feet. He lands in a heap. And she and her boar both vanish
The fuck?
without a trace.
Well, okay then.
Daniel!
And
Are we out of combat right now?
yes, you are out of combat.
Okay. So, after seeing that, I'm going to run over to Jalik as soon as I can. And I'm going to cast Lay on Hands. I basically give him 15 health points to heal him.
Yeah, that's not really necessary. I appreciate the gesture. Oh, fuck that. Oh, okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And I should apologize for that. This is, gosh, I couldn't even tell that boar was one of hers. Did that look like a Malachi boar to you?
I wouldn't know what a Malachi boar looks like.
Oh, of
Galen?
course you wouldn't. I was talking to Michael.
It didn't to me, no.
Yeah. So, we'd better go back to the temple. There are some things that you should know before you decide to before you decide to stay with us long term. I told you no good had come of staying in this jungle. We should have stayed in the desert. All right, and we'll end it right there.
Okay. Do you want to
Awesome.
take us out?
Yeah. Thank you for listening. This has been Celestial Crisis. I've really enjoyed this. This is actually the first D&D session that I have DM'd for
Ever?
from start to finish.
Yep.
I hope that these 3 hours were as enjoyable to you as it's been for me. And yeah, we'll call it a night as soon as we have a closeout from our players.
We'll see you all next week.